Hi, our project is on reducing deforestation in South America through conscious consumption. Hi, I'm Emer O'Leary, and I will be introducing our topic, which is deforestation in South America. So to start, let's start with what deforestation is. It is the action of removing forests or a widespread area of trees. This is happening because of these key drivers, which are agricultural expansion, illegal logging, urbanization, infrastructure development, and more. So we can ask ourselves, where is this happening? This is currently happening in the Amazon rainforest, which is the largest rainforest in the world. It spans over 9 countries, including Brazil, Bolivia, Colombia, Peru, Venezuela, and more. Because this rainforest is so large, it makes the effects of deforestation even larger. It's important to understand why deforestation is such a problem so that we can start ways to solve it. So, the reason why it matters is so much is because the Amazon is one of the most biodiverse places in the world. Because it is so large, it has such a large ecosystem. Invading these spaces means threatening wildlife and the ecosystem that is here. It is also a major contributor to the vast amount of carbon stored. By cutting down these trees, we are releasing so much carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which ultimately is increasing the climate change. Finally, it is also threatening indigenous communities. By invading these lands, communities are losing their ancestral land, losing their livelihoods, and receiving a negative cultural impact. Now that you understand deforestation in South America a little more, we can explore the causes, consequences, and possible solutions to this critical issue, which you will now be hearing about further into the presentation.
Deforestation has become a global problem, but to understand why this is such a significant problem, I will first explain what deforestation is. As countries develop and urbanize, they must make room for both homes and agricultural land. Forests, unfortunately, become the main target. The permanent removal of trees from a given area, whether it be by methods of burning, cutting, or creating new area for pasture, this becomes a huge detriment to the environment. This includes South America, which is home to some of the world's largest and most biodiverse forests, including, and most famously known, being the Amazon, which encompasses 9 countries and holds over 10% of the world's biodiversity. This region is being deforested at alarming rates. It's down to 80% of its original size. This leads to the major impact that deforestation has on us as a global system: climate change. Although the process of global warming happens over hundreds of years, with mature forests holding immense amounts of carbon dioxide, hundreds of billions of tons, when we cut and burn countless acres of trees and forested land, it emits tremendous amounts of carbon to the atmosphere. Since the area of land on South America is extensive, this only accelerates the pace of global warming because the heat capacity of the land is so low. This takes away the forest's role as carbon sinks, with many regions beginning to emit more carbon dioxide than they absorb, making deforestation in South America an urgent problem.
Hi, my name is Sophia, and I'm going to be talking about the human impact activities. And so the way I did this is I split it up into two categories, the legal and illegal activities. And so starting with the legal activities, a lot of the deforestation in Middle and South America are primarily due to commercial cattle ranching, soy production, and infrastructure development. And so this development can be seen through the building of more highway networks or even hydroelectric dams, such as the Belo Monte Dam. And so having more highway networks, it allows better access throughout South America. And it also comes with social benefits such as job opportunities and better access to education and medical care, especially those who live in more rural areas. And as for the commercial cattle ranching and soy production, those two are those two provide a lot of the economic activity within Middle and South America, especially as Brazil is the world's largest exporter of beef. And then moving on to the illegal activities, Middle and South America is subjected to a lot of land grabbing, illegal gold mining, and coca cultivation to produce cocaine. If you're unfamiliar with what land grabbing is, it is basically when people, companies, or even the government takes huge amounts of land illegally and use it for their own profit. which also consequently harms those who live locally. And so we could see this in South America through people taking portions of the land to use um, for cattle ranching, agriculture, or even to sell to other buyers for their own profit. So we could see that the illegal activities are primarily motivated through economic benefit as well. And so on the bottom, it just says from 1970 to 2018, about 20% of the Brazilian Amazon rainforest was destroyed through deforestation. And these rates remain high in Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, and Bolivia.
After hearing about all of the problems and human activity that's surrounding deforestation in the Amazon, you may be wondering what you could personally do to help this issue. It might feel so big, and sometimes we will feel very small, but any changes we make may be helping a bigger issue. So we came up with 2 solutions that you could change in your everyday lifestyle that may be able to help deforestation in the Amazon. The first one we came up with was reducing cow meat in your food diet and leather in your fashion diet. Showing your contest to deforestation through a personal boycott is a great way to show that this isn't something that we're okay with, and it may turn into a larger scale solution. Be forewarned, though, that cow meat may be coming from a more local farm than South America, but leather is totally a global fashion item and may be coming out, and the leather that you purchase may be coming out of South America and from the Amazon. So the next time you think about going to purchase a leather product, remember that you may be part of the problem. Another solution we came up with was to check your soy products. Soy is also a huge contribution to the deforestation problem in the Amazon. And by simply being mindful of where the products that you're purchasing are coming from, you may be able to help this issue. If you'd also like to be proactive when visiting different types of coffee shops, and if you see that they produce a product that has soy in it, ask them where they're getting this soy products from, and a little respectful education on how soy is affecting deforestation in the Amazon may be able to help this problem and, as we said, start a large-scale solution. Although we may feel small, there are things that each of us can do in our everyday life that can help problems such as deforestation in the Amazon, and these are just 2 small solutions that we came up with. If you're interested in this, please do your own personal research and be proactive about a problem that is very important. Thank you.
To conclude and summarize our presentation, the importance of stopping deforestation not only benefits us, but also the world and the environment. Such as having more trees around helps reduce the emission of CO2, and that helps reduce the chance of climate change, especially around South America. It also keeps biodiverse places to keep growing and thrive, just like the Amazon forest. And it would also benefit indigenous communities from any harm. Finding a balance between humans and nature is a key point to decrease deforestation. We have to stop illegal activities such as the production of cocaine and the illegal logging, and also reduce the consumption of goods such as meat factories and leather, which is one of the bigger goods affecting deforestation. I hope you enjoy our presentation, and I hope you go save the trees, like Lorax. Thank you.